Good afternoon, race fans. Welcome here to Hillside International Speedway as All-Star Race Weekend is here on the PCS Race Sports and Gaming channel as we're getting ready to determine who will be the 10 drivers moving up into the Oreo Cup Series All-Star Race via the Oreo Open. There's a look at the format. 28 drivers, 40 laps, top 10 from the Oreo Open advance to the All-Star Race. Because we only have 10 winners in 13 races, so all 10 that have won this season are on pit road watching from the grandstands because they will know who will be in the All-Star Race. The other 28, got to see who makes it in the top 10 in this race. Kevin Joseph, Kyle Sutton on the front row, Tyler Henderson, and Ish Taylor alongside. Let's get these cars rolling. Normally, I'd be showing you the point standings going into this race, but since this is a non-points event, you will not see the point standings until after All-Star Race Weekend concludes. As now the 28 drivers rolling off behind the Dodge Pace car. Or I should say good morning, because it is a cloudy day here right now. Top 10, as I said, will advance to the All-Star Race. The rest of the drivers, well, they've got a nice little 40-lap setup that they will use for their 80-lap race at this track next week. Here we go. The All-Star Race from Hillside is underway. Let's go racing. Couple of surprises in this field as far as the drivers who did not make the All-Star Race. In particular, the top two in the point standings that did not find victory lane are in this event. So we'll see how that's going to go in today. Kevin Joseph, is now in the led the first lap, but here comes Kyle Sutton. And Sutton's going to end up taking the lead. This track races like a super speedway. We're going to see a lot of good racing here today. Should note, if you wreck in this race, you are done for the All-Star Race weekend. These drivers will need to use this race carefully. Because remember, this is a critical test to see what your car will be like going into next week's race here at Hillside, right here, when you get ready for your 80-lap main event. Of course, the All-Star Race will be 60 laps. The points-paying race next week here at Hillside will be 80. And of course, a lot of drivers who didn't have a good run last week, or 2 weeks ago, I should say, at Sonoma, like to turn what has not been a very good season to go. Also, some drivers who have a win, but outside the top 30 in the points, they're going to have to step it up because with only 13 races left to go until we find out the 16 drivers, if you're not in the top 30 in the points, you will not be one of those drivers. And I'm talking about Betty Johnson, who is 38th in the points, entering Hillside after the All-Star break. She needs to get herself in the top 30 if she wants to have a battle for the championship. Looky there, 3 wide. 3 wide's okay. The problem with this track is when these drivers get off turn number 2 or turn 4, they get really they slide up the track and run into the side of one another. So they're going to have to be really careful. And this could be something we're going to keep an eye on in the points-paying race. As I saw right there with Alex Hawkins and Zach Underwood, that was really close. That was what I was talking about. When we come to Hillside, we've seen a lot of dangerous accidents, especially off of 2, as Troy Kane goes to the race lead. They're going through the corners in the high 180s. Down these straightaways, 191. Through the corners, 188. They're using little to no brakes. Like this is a super speedway. It's a really fun track these drivers love. We've been here in the Reese's Pro, and it's a fun track. Troy Kane currently still the leader. None of the Audis went to victory lane in the first half of the regular season. And if any of these drivers who are struggling in points win the All-Star race, that would be huge relief for them because it's not exactly been a good season. And I've also noticed only one of the Kevin Joseph Motorsports cars is in the All-Star race, and that is Lisa Gonzalez, who, by the way, is watching this race from the pit box. Definitely trying to learn what her husband, Kevin Joseph, of course, those two have been married for quite some time. Hello, Pace Car. How are you doing? And these drivers are just ripping through this track really easy, as here comes Chloe Erickson with the help of her teammate Annie Thomas, Annie Thomas in 23. Almost got sidetracked. Of course, Annie Thomas's girlfriend, Betty Johnson, is in the All-Star race, and you'll see the All-Star race later this afternoon. Three wide's okay. 4 wide is when it gets a little sketchy. But with only 28 drivers in this field, can't imagine what it's going to be like with the 10 drivers that are in the All-Star race when we have our points paying event here next week. Tell you what, these guys are just ripping through these corners at rapid speed. Andy Vols last time by was on the bubble, and is still on the bubble as far as transferring into the All-Star race. Past the halfway mark here in the Oreo Open. And there goes Chloe Erickson, the 46 car. Now we'll lead here in the Oreo Open. "40 laps, I don't think these drivers will have to worry about pitting, as we're going to check the back of the field. Let's ride on board with Alexandria Van Dam, see what is it like to rip around this track in excess of 180 miles an hour if they had to lift there. I mean, they're ripping through these corners really nicely. Can't imagine with 38 drivers next week. Man, 193. They are blistering through these corners. Of course, these drivers might use these cars that For those that don't make the All-Star race, they might want to think about using these cars for next week's points-paying race here at Hillside. Just because that would be a huge helping curve for them. There goes Kevin Joseph to the lead. But Greg Rutz wants to say otherwise in that Little Caesars 98. Should also forgot to mention this. You'll check down the description of this video for the starting lineup for the Oreo Open. Surprisingly, we have not had a yellow so far, but don't be surprised in next week's points-paying race we'll see a yellow. As Kevin Joseph going to race lead with the assist of Ann Maria. And there goes the 05 of Ann Maria to the lead. 6 to go. Be 5 to go after they cross the line. So we're at 6 to go. 5 to go next time by. It's getting desperate for these drivers trying to make the All-Star race. Bouvier's got some damage to the right side of her target Chevrolet. Looks like she might have hit the wall somewhere. Probably got way up out of the marbles. That's going to be a theme we're going to see next week's points-paying race will be like. Daniel Voel's about to lose the transfer spot to Brenda Eveling. That was 4 to go. Greg Rutz led that lap. It will be Ann Maria taking over. Three laps to go. It's like Josephine Bouvier will not make the All-Star race. That's a tough break for her, but they'll definitely get that car repaired here at the track and get ready for the main event, the points-paying event next week. So looking forward to that. Of course, if you win the All-Star race, you're in the All-Star race for next season. And I'll have announcements about next season's All-Star grid. And Kevin Joseph will win the Oreo Open. That was a drag race to the line. I thought Ann Maria was going to have it. But a great race for Kevin Joseph as he will win the Oreo Open. I kind of had a little ESPN fail, so that was my bad. Quick little 40-lapper just to get you all set up. Can't wait to see what the 60-lappers. So Kevin Joseph in the All-Star race. He'll be joined by Ann Maria, Brittany White, Ben Erickson, Alex Hawkins, Greg Rutz, Daniel Voels, Onia Bulvin, Annie Thomas, and Brenda Eveling, joining the other 20 drivers, or excuse me, the other 10 drivers who won earlier on this season. Unfortunately, drivers who will not make the All-Star race, but we'll see them next week here at this track, are Zach Underwood, Troy King, Chloe Erickson, Sandy Stewart, Danny Rand, Ebony Ramirez, Morgan Henderson, Red Riding Hood, Amber Downey, Laura Bakersfield, Kyle Sutton, Alexandria Van Dam, Melissa Cooper, Marianne Jamestown, Tyler Henderson, Lulu Champagne, Ish Taylor, and Josephine Bouvier. So we'll see those drivers next week here at Hillside for the points paying event. And we'll see those 10 I just mentioned into the All-Star race. Hope you guys enjoyed today's race, the Oreo Open. If you guys enjoyed it, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to become part of the PCSRA crew today. We'll be back later today for the All-Star race here at Hillside International Speedway at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hope you will join us for that. It will be a blast to see what 20 drivers will be doing in a 60-lap race. And then next week, it'll be our points-paying event here at Hillside as we look forward to the chase for the championship in Oreo Cup Series competition. Be sure to follow be sure to join my servers, the PCSRA Oreo Cup Series server I just recently created, as well as the other Blue Hedgehog servers, the BHRA and all that. Links will be down in the description down below. So thank you all so much for watching. We will see you guys later this afternoon until 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I have been Danny Volo signing off, and we'll see you guys next time as All-Star Weekend continues on, as you've been watching a production of the WRA Oreo Cup Series on the PCSRA Sports and Gaming Channel, the best center racing around the world since 2017. See you later this afternoon for the Oreo All-Star Race. Bye, guys.